Hey yo, what's going on, Bully Fam? You already know it's your boy Dan Gaza, and today we have a special interview that we've been trying to do for the longest while, but now is the perfect time for it to make it happen. And we have Tone Roland. We're gonna bring him on screen. So Tone Roland from Duval Bullies. He's gonna bring his story to the front line. So let's make it happen. Hey, yo, what's going on, Tone? Thank you
What
for
up?
accepting this interview and coming onto the platform to bring your story to the forefront. So, hey, introduce yourself and let's go with the Duval Bully story.
Yeah, I'm Tone Roldan, of Duval Bullies, Jacksonville, Florida. Owner of Waffle House, World Star, Kill Shot, many more. And yeah, we're here to represent.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, hey, Tone, as you say, we've been trying to link up for a minute now, but
Yeah,
yo, finally made it happen, and I definitely appreciate it. All right.
yeah.
So, for the viewers, man, how did Duver Bully came about? Was it Duver Bully was just Tone Roll on, like just doing his thing, and then evolve into Duver Bully, or it was just Duver Bully from the get go?
No, it started off with me just wanting a dog to exercise with. I wound up finding out about the American Bully, which really I thought it was a pit bull at the time. So I wanted a blue pit at the time, and but I wanted it stocky. I wanted it muscled up, but I didn't want to pay the $2,000, $5,000 prices that people talk about for bullies. So I got one off of Craigslist. It was like $200, and was just exercising with it and treating it like a normal dog. Training it to do regular tricks, sit, stay, etc. But wanted something more positive to do with my dog, and I ran across the ABKC. That was in 2012, 2013. Ran across the ABKC. Went to my first show just to see what it was about, and didn't even show that day. Met a bunch of cool people, and it was like barbecue style, and everybody was just hanging out, and stack offs, and show ring, and I just loved the environment. So the next show I found, I wound up competing in it, and I got three first place with my Craigslist dog in the puppy class, and I was hooked.
Really? So, question. So, back how long ago was that?
That was the beginning of 2013. I got my dog in 2012, so beginning of 2013.
So you got a $200 dog on Craigslist. You got paperwork and everything that.
Yeah, it was a ADBA registered. So ABKC accepts ADBA, UKC, AKC, etc. So I was able to register him ABKC, and I was able to show.
Oh, so you said him, so it was a male then.
It was a male, yeah, Snoop. That was my first dog.
Okay, so Snoop started off as Tone Roland, or you just started
Yep.
off as you was like since you start showing, I would think you start thinking about puppies and like, hey, if he's this good and you could get three ribbons at that time, you was thinking about like, hey, might as well trying to breed. How do you get into that part of it?
Well, I just continued showing, and after those three first places, Snoop started doing a lot of losing because he was a
Mm.
pit bull and wasn't a bully. Just so happened that day it was a puppy class. He performed great. It's hard to tell the difference in puppies versus a bully and a pit at that time. So Snoop was able to get those wins, but after that he started losing. All the judges keep telling me he's not a bully, he's a pit, he's a pit, he's a pit. So in my mind it was like get a new dog at some point.
But remember, you paid for this dog, right? It was
Right,
just a dog that you paid to be your next best friend, basically. But you
right.
decided you wanted to show the dog, and you won, got your hopes up, and all of a sudden you start losing. Like, where, like, how do you start pivoting yourself? Because it sounds like at that time you was enjoying the show. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you did win, but you start getting some loses, but you still want to start getting some winnings. So how did you pivot yourself? Did you keep him going forward, or you just get yourself a new dog?
Well, I eventually got a new dog. It was a female. She turned out to be a classic female, but eventually ABKC opened up the APBT class. So I was able to
Mhm.
start showing Snoop in the pit bull class, which he became the number one APBT at the time. And with my bully, which was a female classic, I wound up champing her out and obviously made plans to breed and stuff like that. We bred her, and she never had real successful litters. She gave us like one puppy or something like that. So we obviously wanted to keep making better dogs at that point. It's like you can't keep buying dogs. So it's like let's try to make some good dogs, and eventually got Waffle House from Keno, a breeder out of Arkansas. He was big time back then. Rest in peace, Keno. And yeah, we got Waffle House, and that kind of opened us up to understanding what bullies were more better. And he became a grand champion, and then one of the greatest producers ever.
Hey, the thing about it though, Tone. Now you mentioned that, me preparing for this interview, I was asking people like about Waffle House, and they told me, "Hey, Tone Roland produced that dog."
Nah,
But now you're saying you actually bought that dog.
right.
Okay, okay. So, question: did Snoop career kind of ended right there? You never tried to breed him, or what happened
No,
with that?
yeah, he was like I said, he was just a pit bull. So we got him to be number one dog in the country in that breed. And then yeah, we kind of just moved on. He was a pet for a few years, and then I wound up pet homing him with a close friend. He lived to 14 years old, and he just recently passed like last year or something.
Ooh, sorry, condolence on that, bro.
Yeah,
So, question: so you say Snoop give he still gave you the footing into the dog world,
right.
basically,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, and he with the experiences Snoop, he actually helped Duval Bullies then to exist.
Well, at that time, I was Duval Pitts,
Duval
and
Pitts.
obviously we're in that American Bully Kennel Club. So people are like, man, you can't be Duval Pitts. You gotta be Duval Bullies. So I was starting with my partner Marco. Me and my partner Marco Garcia. He's a handler in the ABKC now, and yeah, we switched our name to Duval Bullies, and we just started traveling all over the country, meeting everybody, showing, competing. Took tons of losses. You know, people think
Mm,
that we just
blew
only
up
win,
overnight.
but yeah, we took plenty of losses. We traveled all over the country, and yeah, like I said, got Waffle House and took off.
Okay, okay. But question, go back a little bit. How did the name Duval Bully come? Because it's not a common name, you know what I mean? How did that come came about?
Well, Duval is the county of Jacksonville. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. The county is Duval County, so
Mm,
Duval Bullies. So we became
okay,
Duval Bullies, and yeah.
okay. Hey, Tone, first time I met you back there in Jacksonville. Me personally, you originally from Florida? Because I
No,
kind of get a New
I'm from New
York
York.
style from
Yeah, I'm
just
from New
interesting.
York.
Okay, because that's what I got from you. Like you have a New York style, but been in Florida for a minute.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I was born and raised in New York in the Bronx, and moved down here about 14 to 15 years old, and so I'm a Florida boy now.
Okay, okay, but you still didn't lose the New York swag. So hey,
Yeah, you already know.
yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, most definitely, man. So move on to so you got Waffle House and you work the hell out of Waffle House. So getting Waffle House and start taking them on the road, like when did you know that you really had some, like, because eventually all puppy look good, one little puppy, right?
Yes,
So how
it's
did you
pretty
know,
much.
like, hey, Tone, yo, I got some right here and you're gonna represent Duval Bullies?
When you get a new puppy, it's just like any other dog. You just train it and eventually hit shows. And the judges let you know you got something. So you do some winning. He champed out like at 8 months and then became a grand champion in about 12, 13 months. And yeah, eventually we started breeding them to other people's dogs, approved females with good structure. And, we never bred them to Merles or anything outside the standard at that time. And yeah, slowly but surely producing champion after champion after champion after champion. Then these champions started becoming grand champions, and the number just kept climbing and climbing. And here we are, and he's got tons of them.
Okay, so not because he won his first show, right? And you did. Quest. You might go back. Did you breed him in your program before you start letting him outside, or
Yes, yes, yes. I bred him to one of. I bought a female strictly to breed to him a particular blood just to see what he does, and we saw all the puppies come out looking like Waffle House. So it was like, okay, cool. You know, he was maybe 13, 14 months at the time. I can't remember. And then I had a lot of local friends that wound up using him that were close by and stuff. And they made nice dogs as well. And everybody started showing, and dogs kept getting produced and titled. And it led to other people wanting to use them, and more people. And then they all kept getting champions. And
so? So, question: did you create the first champion off of him, or the
no,
kennels?
no.
Okay, 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 okay. Makes sense.
I can't remember who did, but you know, they just started coming in so fast at the time. Like I would breed them puppies, and by the time Waffle House was 2, maybe 3 years old, he's 11 years old now. But when he was 2 or 3 years old, I mean, the champions were just coming through left and right. So I can't
Okay,
remember
okay.
like who was first, second, third, and all that stuff. But we
I
got some.
understand. Nah, you got a lot, not some.
Yeah.
You got a lot off of him, most definitely. Uh, but so you did. Wallace made it overseas too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He made it overseas, and he got some champion overseas. And so so you say Waffle House kind of he's the dog that really blew up Duva Bullies then
For sure. Yeah.
for sure. Okay, so
He's a black
after
label dog because, like I said, I got him from Kino. But obviously, I owned him. I did everything with him. So obviously, he helped plateau us into getting dogs like World Star and continuing where we are now.
okay, before you get to Roadstar, because I want to talk about him, but so how did Tone Roland get into like get so good of training these dogs, and how did he get into that?
Back when I had Snoop, I would, like I said, I was just training him daily, and I was just infatuated with all kinds of different tricks and things I could learn with the dogs. And once I started showing ABKC and seeing all these handlers and how they were doing, it got me into wanting to learn more about that. And I eventually started training for other people. I was doing it for free for a long time just to get my foot in the door and really learn. So I would offer my services for free. I video recorded myself doing everything. And yeah, you know, it just slowly grew over the years. Over the years, more people wanted me to do it. Obviously, I'm charging people at this point. And I started winning in the show ring, and you know, from winning first place ribbons to winning best of winners to winning breeds to eventually winning best in shows. And yeah, I just kept getting hired and took the show to nationals, started winning at national shows, and it just became a part of what I was doing at the time. Just became a trainer. And yeah, once my wife and kids got fully into it, I kind of stopped my training, and we all kind of just started doing it together.
Okay, okay. So you mentioned nationals. Uh, we know nationals is the big stage, right?
Right.
How did you like articulate like, yo, hey, I'm Duva Bullies, I'm Tone Roland, I'm behind this program. How did you tell I'm ready for nationals?
Um, you're never really ready for nationals. You just kind of do your best to get there, get prepared, and We never go to nationals expecting to win. We kind of just
Mhm.
go to compete and network and meet new people and stuff like that because it's the biggest show and all the best dogs come out. So we never go to actually win. Um, it's more just like I said, just to compete. And if you win, awesome. It's about to be a great weekend, but
Mhm.
that's never the goal. So we don't leave upset.
Okay, well, makes sense. Makes sense. So basically, you go to national to have fun, network, and what I mean, meet new people, have a little fun for real,
Yep.
basically.
That's it. Yeah.
So and nationals, you go national every year. That's like a number one show you go to.
Yeah, I mean, everybody should hit nationals. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like our show. Everybody should be at Jacksonville. That's like a pre-nationals. Get you a little warmed up, let you know what nationals gonna be like, and then everybody should be at nationals for sure.
Most definitely, Jacksonville. If you're not there, if you haven't been there yet, yo, you need to check that out for sure, for sure. You know what I
Sure.
mean? It's really the setup for like, hey, what to expect on nationals. Honestly, from somebody that been there before. Definitely respect what you've been doing over there. You know what
Appreciate
I'm
it.
saying?
Appreciate it. Yeah. Your
So
camera, your camera's lagging a little bit too.
yeah, I noticed that. I was trying to figure out what's going on right here, but we're still going to talk and keep it moving. Let me
Yeah,
try
I
to
can
see
hear
what's
you
going
though.
on. So we're mentioning in Jacksonville, right? We know that show is coming up in like not even 30 days, right?
Yeah,
Or less
March
than 30
21st.
days. March 31st.
Yeah, about
All
three,
right.
4. Yeah.
What we could look forward to at Nationals, because we know every Nationals though at Jacksonville. What we could look forward to, because we know every year you kind of change it up and you make it exciting.
This year is pretty much the same. We got the stack offs. We added best female stack off. So this year we'll have like the baddest bitch out there. So if you got big females that you think can stack up with the males and all that, we'll have belts and awards for them as well. We added 4 junior handler shows this year. Every other year we do 2, so now we got 4. That Friday before the show, we're doing a junior handler seminar with my daughter and my wife. And yeah, you get to meet them in person, ask them any questions, ask them about routines. They'll give you ideas of what to expect before you first show in juniors or when you show, and what type of questions the judges asking and stuff like that, just to prep the kids for junior handling. But yeah, we'll have food trucks, dope awards, the best venue, a packed house, stack offs, fun shows. We do have a fun show this year as well for different categories, best tribe, longest stack, etc., etc.
Okay, since you bring up your family in the mix right now, how important? Like, how did you get your wife, the kids on board to? You're original dog man. How do you get them on board to work with this?
Well, they all love the animals and stuff like that. But I'm just going to shows. Me and my wife start hitting them, and she fell in love with it as well. She started showing dogs with me, and our kids at the time were 5, 6. Growing up into it, and they were just playing around like normal kids do at shows. And eventually, when they got up 10, 11, they started really trying and doing some winning. But we took Christine to nationals 1 year. She didn't. We didn't have a babysitter for her, and she jumped into junior Hannah class with Hero's mom at the time, and wound up winning her class. And she was hooked from that point on. So we eventually produced Hero. She got him, and here we are.
Okay, okay, okay. Hey, and just to give a shout out, Jacksonville show is a star-studded show and family-oriented show. So bring the kids out. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Tone got everything. You know what I mean? So just letting people know that straight up. You
Appreciate
know what
it.
I
Yep.
mean? But yeah, yeah, really, yeah, Christina, I wanna do an interview with her as well. So we're kind of going to move on from her right now. So anyway, is so if you got to give advice to up and coming breeders that really a family unit anyway, how would you articulate that,
I would just
how to go about it to involve the family in it?
I would just say don't push it on your family. If they love it, they love it. You know, and sometimes it just happens. You know, you never know what life is gonna bring you, and you know, you go to the right shows and enjoy it as a family and get the right dogs. You know, sometimes you can get the wrong dog or go to the wrong shows and get the wrong impression, and everybody could fall out of love. But if you get the right dogs, go to the right shows, you can fall in love with it, and it's really just a passion. You got to have a passion for it, and you know, owning dogs is a lifestyle change. It's just not like you just buy some dogs and start doing this stuff. You know, a lot of people do that and get a rude awakening, but yeah, it's you just got to be passionate about it and don't force it on your family and see where it goes.
Makes sense, makes sense. So since you're on that point, so basically you're saying too, but if you have a family, right, to even be successful in this bully community, right, you gotta be like, family really gotta be on board with it. Make
Uh,
sense?
I would think so. Yeah, I mean,
Especially the wife, right?
yeah, for sure. I mean, I've seen plenty of bad situations where it's only half the family is down and the other half isn't. So yeah,
Because me, I tell people, if you have the wife on board, the kids will fall in place, and you know what I mean,
yeah.
make it
Sometimes
fun for
not.
everybody.
My other daughter's not so hip into the dog world. She's more into sports, but
Sports,
you know.
yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. But okay, okay. So, question. This is a major question. The other day, I noticed you made a post on, I think it was on Facebook, with the Jacksonville show. What's going on with that? Is, I don't know, for like me, sometimes I read into stuff too much. Like it sounds like he was making a farewell.
Um, Nah, just thinking about doing different things. You know, we wanting to get into more into the AKC. Since my daughter went and did Westminster and made it that far, and we got our foot in the door pretty good and understanding, you know, more about the AKC and stuff like that. We want to get other breeds and join a club in the AKC and help host shows there. And you know, it's not the end of us throwing ABKC shows. I'm sure we'll still be throwing ABKC shows. It's just not sure how we're gonna do it, when we're gonna do it, and stuff like that. So just want to give people a heads up that this is possibly the last show at this venue, and if you haven't experienced it, you might want to come before it might be the last one.
Okay, okay. But Tone, and let's go a little bit in this direction where you you travel you travel a lot. You do a lot of work in the ABKC community. Your daughter, she do a lot in the AKC community, right? There's a lot of people that expect the Jacksonville, like they really expect that show every year, right?
All right.
Is that taking a lot of toll on you as well? Like, because if you might be, I'm just saying might be, probably be the last show, might be for right now. You know what I mean? Is it like taking a toll on you? Doing breedings, traveling to shows, throwing your own show,
Yeah.
and you like the AKC too. You know what I mean? You trying to get into that as well,
Yeah,
because
that's the
obviously,
main reason. I mean, the main reason of one not really do the Jacksonville show no more, just the work. You know, it takes a lot of work to host a show, especially to our magnitude and the way we like to throw shows. So you know, we just don't say, hey, we're gonna throw a show, everybody show up, and you know, this is like months. We kind of started in like August. The show's always in March. So from August all the way to March,
Mhm.
it's pretty much hosting, posting, promoting, talking to people, you know, and doing it for a long time. And then, you know, in between doing that, obviously, we're still going to shows. We're still doing sports with the kids. We're still working, still trying to train our dogs, still doing everything in between all that. And, you know, it's just a lot. You know, people just see the show and, oh, it's huge. You know, these guys are killing it. But, um, you know, it's not all fruits and berries all the time. It's a lot of work.
Okay, okay. And just to say too, man, you have like a real put together team. You know what I mean? Well put together team. Like, you know what I mean? I like the way y'all go about that show. Is like very professional. You know what I'm saying? Very, very
Yeah.
professional.
It's a
You know what I
family
mean?
thing, you know. We try to do it
Hmm.
together. You know, my wife, my kids, my close friends and family, and we all get involved, and you know, we just try to give people the best show that we expect when we go to shows. So that was kind of the reason we got into throwing shows, was to give the community something that they wasn't getting, that we used to get when we first started showing. And now it's like all the hosts are kind of doing it now. They're all kind of throwing better shows, so
Hmm.
um, you know, we feel okay stepping away if we had to, because you know the community's in good hands. But I know the community still wants our show. It's like a baby nationals to a lot of people. Some people go to our show over nationals sometimes, but yeah, it's just a lot of work. You know, it's hard. It takes a lot out of us throughout the year, in between everything we're doing as well.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I'm saying, man, as I'm saying, I've been there. I seen it. Like when I say it's a very polished team, and everybody's working.
You breaking up.
You know what I mean? And making sure everybody have a good time.
You're breaking up. I can't really hear you.
Yeah, you hear me? Damn,
There
it's
you go.
that. Wow.
You're breaking up, going in and out.
What's going? Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing you perfect. I
Can
don't
you
know
hear me?
what's going on with my internet. How everything goes in Jacksonville, very perfect. You know what I mean? And we go like if this is the last, we're gonna miss it. You know what I mean? But if you gotta move on to bigger and better things, man, all it's all love. You know what I mean? It's all love.
Yeah.
So
This definitely isn't a
we
goodbye.
talk about
It's
that
not a goodbye. It's just a little break. It's a little break.
at the break. All right, all right. So, but I know you for bullies, right? How did Eero came into the play? Like how you got to Eero, bro?
Um, I wanted to get my wife a different breed, and you know, we did a lot of research on French bulldogs and studied and understood the standard, and eventually bought a French bulldog from Russia, and it was Iggy, and we wound up showing her, and she became number one in the country. First, she was number two in the country. She placed at nationals. Then she became number one. In between that, we bred her one time, and she only had one puppy, and that one puppy was Hero. We continued to show her, and my daughter Christine got attached to Hero from the beginning, and yeah, it just became her dog, and Uh, Hero's 7 years old now, and he's a superstar.
Yeah, the first time I seen Hero, right? It was, I think it was a national. You was in your suit, and you took that was a famous picture. It went around online, and I
Hmm.
thought Hero was your dog, and then Christina just took it over. You know what I mean? But now you say it was Christina dog, and you took a picture, and basically that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay. We know there was a little. It was a. It was a little up and down in the story of Hero and the dog that was in the car when that little incident happened.
that was
It was
Crayola.
two dogs, right?
Yeah, it was Crayola.
Crayola,
Kill
yeah.
Shot's mom.
Okay. If I don't know if you want to talk on that, what happened with that, and or if you want to bypass that, it is what it is. But
You can save that story for Christine.
Christine, okay, makes sense. All right, so Crayola, another Duval bully, top dog. How did that came about? What you was thinking when you created Crayola? Was Crayola what you was trying to create, or she just came about? You love her, you kept her, and you just like built from her. Like, what was going on with that?
Yeah, well, I produced Crayola's mom, Starbucks. That was off of Kiki. Kiki was the first dog I bought originally for Waffle House, and I wound up breeding Kiki to Demon Boy, Dave Wilson's dog, and then that created Starbucks. And Starbucks, I wound up breeding to Click It to go more towards the Gotti side with the Louis V, and that created Crayola. And Crayola was just the nicest puppy to me in the litter. And so we kept her. All of them turned out real nice, but we kept Crayola and wound up showing her, champing her out. Obviously, she got stolen, but we champed her out afterwards. And
Hmm.
yeah, eventually created Kill
Okay,
Shot.
okay, all right. So Tone, I got something to ask you right here. So you said Crayola Kiki was off of Demon Boy.
No, I bred Kiki to Demon Boy.
You hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you're breaking
You
up.
bred Kiki to Demon Boy.
Yeah.
Damn, come on, internet. Okay, so you bred. Okay, all right. So then you got Crayola, right? So you already got Demon Boy in that pedigree.
Yep.
All right. So you hold on. So now, because I'm talking about this breeding you're about to do. You're
Well,
about to do
that's why I'm bouncing back to Demon Boy because my girl G6 is off of Crayola
Crayola, which
and
have Demon Boy on the bottom
Crayola to
side of the
R2
pedigree.
G2. So instead of keep going all the way with the Gotti, the Rocco, the Golden Child, and all that stuff, we're gonna go back to some old Edge mixed with some of that Magoo and go back to Demon Boy.
Stick a pin right there, man. That's crazy, bro. How, like, question, man? How do you put these breeding together in your head, bro?
Just
Like,
about got to be thinking years ahead. You know, you just don't breed. In the moment always. I kind of look ahead, and obviously things don't always work out. You might do a breeding, you don't get a female or something, or you do get a female, and then eventually she doesn't take, and so I had a lot of that over the years where I'm kind of behind on my breedings because a lot of stuff didn't take or things didn't turn out or stuff like that. But yeah, you just got to be thinking ahead of what you want to do if it works out, and then you got to hope the female that you keep turns out to be what you want. And then because I'm using frozen semen.
bro, that's what
So
I'm gonna get to. So that's mean you've been sitting on that semen for a long time.
yeah, about 5 years.
5 years. Yeah. Okay. So this breeding was in the making a long time ago. You just never happened when you wanted it to happen, but now it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you gotta, like I said, you gotta have the right dog, the right mix. You know, everything's got to kind of line up for you to. Stars got to align. You know.
But I noticed with this, is it that is it saying that you're going for once you put back Demon Boy in the mix, right? Is it say you're going for a little bit taller dog but wider?
Definitely a little bit taller. Definitely a little bit taller. G6 is pretty wide. She's just a little short, but we want to improve on the head size, bone, um, and definitely height. You know, I don't want to keep going too short with my dogs. I like to keep them functional and stuff like that.
Most definitely, most definitely. Hey Tone, I want you to say this out loud. How tall is Kelshot, man?
14.5 inches tall, pocket grand champion in ABKC.
And I could attest to that. I was there when he was measuring him right there in Jacksonville. I was right there, videoing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was right there. I
Yeah, some
forgot
people
the
they think he's shorter, and then you
yeah.
look at some pictures. Some people think he's taller, and but
Hmm.
he's legit. He's a pocket. He's not a
Okay,
micro.
makes sense. All right. When you was creating Killshot, go back to Killshot because now you kind of forehead. Go back to Killshot. What were you thinking when you did that breeding in the brim?
Well, for years I've been keeping females. You know, it's been female, female, females. You know, you got to make sure you pick the right male. You can't just keep a male just to keep a male. So I did the breeding for a male, and I actually got like I think it was three males and two females. I can't really remember, but he was just the one. He wasn't the biggest one in the litter. Um, he wasn't the smallest neither, but he was just every time you walk in the room, you can just see him just always had that mean mug, always was stacked up, always just had good posture and expression and stuff like that. So he did it all the way until it was time to make the picks. And then he was just the one. And from day one, from the day I made him my pick, we just started training from 8 weeks old even till now. Now we just do more exercise and stuff like that because he's show trained and stuff like that. And there's things I could work on like free stacking and stuff like that. But yeah, it just you got to see what you like and go for it.
Okay, so you would you say that you was more responsive to training though, too?
Yeah, training's always been my thing. Now I'm kind of getting more into breeding. In the last few years, I've been more focused on really producing better dogs. Like my goal is to win nationals with a dog I produce, or at least somebody win nationals with a dog I produce. Outside of Frenchie, obviously, we produced Hero. He won nationals and everything like that, or at least one breed and reserve best in show. And has done amazing things in AKC. But I want to do it with a bully. And yeah, now we want to look into, like I said, more AKC style breeds and keep breeding Frenchies and maybe start breeding something else. I'm just I'm a breeder. I feel like
It's
I'm more of that now than I am a trainer, but I'm getting more into my training again as well. You just got to have the right dogs to motivate you to want to train too. You just can't take everything and just train. And I don't train for the public no more. Like my daughter's about to start doing it and training and handling for the public. And I'm sure I'll help her with that and stuff like that. But I'm not into it personally no more because I'm doing more breedings, and like I said, we're hosting the show, and we got high school kids and sports, and we just got a lot going on. So,
yeah, most definitely. So I remember when Christina picked up this dog. What's his name again? That pit bull dog. That
Broadway,
white and right
Amstaff, Broadway.
Amstaff. Yeah, I remember. I was like, damn man, what Duval bullies up to with this? You know what I mean? Different. You know what I mean? From what y'all guys used to doing.
But similar, they still have it in ABKC, and
Make sense?
It's still similar, they have it in ABKC. It's still a bull breed. So that's kind of why we went in that direction. She was into dock diving and lure coursing and just more athletic stuff with her dogs. So Amsaf was kind of perfect. She wound up grand champion him at AKC, and he's not done. We're just giving him time to mature, and we'll still be doing the Amsaf thing as well. But
Hmm.
yeah, we just enjoy the AKC, and really we just enjoy going to shows. Period. ABKC, AKC, UKC. We just recently hit a BRC show, so yeah, we just enjoy showing, and it's more fun when we get to do it together versus just doing it by
Yeah,
ourselves,
makes
stuff like that.
sense. Makes sense. Hey, since you've been in both rings, I think you have experience to talk on this. What's the difference with the AKC, UKC, and ABKC?
I think the difference is just the level of dogs in the competition. You always gonna find some good competition at the AKC. And it's just it depends on what breed you're in and stuff like that. And the ABKC obviously is mainly bullies. So if you've seen one, you've seen them all. AKC is always a new surprise. You never know who's gonna show up, or the point system is different. The junior handler program is different. I kind of prefer the way they do juniors in ABKC, but the level of competition in juniors in AKC is a little bit tougher. So, both could take a little bit from each other, but yeah, I mean, ABKC is kind of the top of the top for bully shows
Hmm.
versus, other bully registries. And
Okay,
AKC is at the top for everybody. So,
makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, I like it that you spreading your wings and you know what I mean. Uh, you're getting all, you're getting the experience. Yeah, obviously, you love it. Your family love it, and hopefully, you know what I mean. You go and throw a UKC or AKC show one of these days. We could come and support as well. You know what I mean. But
Joe,
as I'm saying, Tony Rollins a man with many makes you know what I mean.
we try.
So I just believe that yeah, you should expand your wings, and I mean open it up to see different things. You know what I'm saying, and
Yeah, man.
hopefully more of us like even bully breeders as we can like open up our minds and like yo, there's you know what I mean. You could try different things as well. Meanwhile, with not saying taking support from the ABKC, but also support every registry. You know what I mean? Because it's out there to enjoy. Because if you're a dog man, I don't think like a registry should like put you in like put yourself in say one envelope. You know what I mean? In many envelopes. You know what I'm saying? Spread your wings.
Definitely.
So question. Speaking from my known with Duval Bullies, Tone Roland, I'm not sure, so I'm just asking this question. Do you do overseas shows or are you planning to do overseas shows or what's going on there?
We've done some in the past. I believe we've hit Mexico. My wife and daughter has been to Italy. I think we've maybe even hit Canada. I'm not a fan of flying, so that's
Mhm.
why I'm not a judge yet or anything like that. And yeah, so I do everything in driving distance. Um, 15 hours tops for me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that was my next question though. Like, why Tone is not a judge because it did it all already, except I was seeing him judging no dogs. You know?
yeah, I'm in no rush. Like I said, I got goals in breeding and handling and stuff still that I want to accomplish. And my wife's a judge. She does it, and
Mhm.
she travels around and does all that stuff. But my main thing is I have goals, and I don't like flying. So yeah,
Okay. So different goals, different avenues, basically.
yeah, we're gonna step into the AKC world and see if we could eventually be some and I'll probably be a judge in ABKC one day. Years down the line, and maybe we could be AKC judges one day. And Be one of those old men on TV judging in the big dance.
And what do you say put it this way to square it off? Like, what do you say you think that you haven't done enough in the breeding world yet, and you want to achieve those goals before you try to I wouldn't say try, move over to being a judge.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the judging's not going nowhere. It'll be there, and
Mhm.
feel like I can do that whenever I want. So I prefer to just breed and continue showing, and maybe make it to the Westminster TV and go against my daughter one day.
Okay, that would be a good one. But so put it this way, to sum it all up, me personally, I don't think, and I think it's for you too, but at a point, you should reach a point where you should be happy. What you think is the finished product for you, only for Tone Roll on Duval Bully? What is the finished product for you to say, hey, I'm at where I want to be in the breeding program, and this is the dog that I want to represent me forever.
Um, I don't know if that point ever comes.
That's
You
fair.
can make a dope dog and maybe even win nationals with it. But as a breeder, you kind of always chase perfection. You want to keep getting better and getting better. And even if I don't personally have the dogs over here where we're keeping them and stuff like that, you just always chasing perfection. You know what I'm saying? So even though we might have a dog that won nationals, where
Mhm.
can we improve? Where can we get better? So I don't know. Like I said, watching Westminster and seeing my daughter do it, and seeing some of the guys, the older men and women that won best in show, reserve best in show, and these people are 70 years old and they're still chasing that dream and that passion, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah, but question, since you say chasing the dream, you think is like that's your addiction, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you show dogs and you eventually do some winning, and it could get addictive. You know what I'm saying? And but you got to learn how to take the losses as well because winning is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a
How is
lot of
how
things
important is that? Like, how important is that? Even taking the loss, and like sometimes you really don't agree with the judge, right? Sometimes you don't agree. Like, how
never,
important is
never
that
agree when they
to listen?
don't pick you.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I've been in situation where the judge do the judging, and after like man enough, you look back and like, damn, it was saying, you know what I mean? He told you the truth, you know what I mean? But you
Hmm.
and yourself with the ego, like how do you like? Because we men, we got an ego to back up. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody got an ego, but how do you handle that and you know what I mean? Make it so you could get better.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to understand whatever breed you're showing, you need to understand the standard. If you understand the standard and you look across the ring at your competitors, you should know why you lost and shouldn't need to ask the judge. Some dogs are very close. It might be two dogs, three dogs that either one could win. But again, if you understand the standard for your particular breed, and you're honest with yourself, you'll understand why you lost. And sometimes it's real close, and it comes down to preference, what the judge might like. Maybe the judge might like a more flashier dog or a dog that performed better in that moment. They have the same equal amount of flaws, but this dog showed a little bit better, and this handler did a little bit better job than the other handler. So just understand where you're not strong at and understanding your standard and just being able to take losses and congratulate the winners and get better for the next time.
Question, as a handler, right? You might not have the best dog at the time, but right, but you believe in that you could make that dog look so good it will outperform. Like, it's very important as a handler, like, to make sure the dog perform the way you're supposed to do to collect that ribbon. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
your job. That's your job as a handler, to try to hide flaws, try to make the dog look as best as possible, outperform everybody else. And even though you might not have the best dog, you still can steal the show with certain handling skills. Yeah.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, it's a war in that ring, and you go and do the best for the dog to make sure the dog get what they is supposed to get. Even if you the other person have the better dog, you should be able to outwork the other dog.
At least try. Yeah. You should be out there
At
trying.
least try.
Sometimes you can't beat the better dog all the time because the better dog should win.
But
Um,
but
but,
experience prevails.
judges are regular people. They make mistakes as well. So maybe you can make a mistake.
But yeah,
And
but if you make the dog look good, even when it's not good, but you make it look good, you know what I mean? You present everything that the judge is looking for at
right,
that time. The win is the win.
right.
Okay, and that's all I'm saying. Okay, since we are at that now, so we have shout out to Jacksonville again. It's coming up. You want to announce that date and uh, booths available for anybody? Like how they get in touch and all.
Yeah, we got a few booths left. The show is March 21st, Jacksonville, Florida, at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. Um, Everybody who's anybody is going to be there. You want to meet the best breeders in the world, the best dogs in the world, to see your future studs. This is the place to do it. Like I said, we got a junior handler seminar. We got food trucks. We got the best judges, the best awards you're going to be able to win at any show. And yeah, I hope to see you there as well. Again.
And also, shout out to the cameraman, man. We're gonna be in the building, Mike Greenham and me. So
Yeah,
shout out. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I had to drop that plug. But anyway,
Boom.
so yo, Tone, listen, man. Hopefully I could get you back on here, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully I could get you back here soon. And I wanna, you know what I mean, still wanna cover your endeavors with the other register like the AKC, UKC. I wanna cover that as well once you get more experience in that uh in that field. And since for I'm setting up for part two, Christina, right?
Hmm.
How did you get Christina into like liking these dogs? Like, you know what I mean? How do you get her into that? Or she just adapt naturally?
Well, her name is Christine, and
Christina.
yeah, like I when I was training, she just it's more of her story. You can ask her that, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'm setting
training
up for that.
dogs. I got tons of dogs at the house all the time, training random people's dogs. She was just a little kid around there playing with dogs, and just a dog lover until, like I said, she went to nationals with us and eventually won, and she caught the bug.
Caught a bug. Most definitely. So yo, people, listen, man, tune in for the next episode with Christine from Duval Bullies. You know what I mean? We have her on the show. I just gotta schedule that. So anyway, man, yo, Tone, it's a pleasure, man, having you on my show, man. I definitely been working on this and you already know it goes already. But yo, give me an intro out, man.
All right, man. Hey, once again, this is your boy Tone, Duval Bullies. We appreciate y'all having us on the show. We love it. We watch all your interviews. It took us a long time to get on here, but we're here. And don't forget, March 21st, Jacksonville, Florida, at the Prime Osborne Convention. It's in Florida. So if you've been in the winter and the snow, come down, enjoy spring break with us. You're going to love it. We got great food in Florida. We got theme parks. We got beaches. We got pools. We got amazing hotels. You'll love it out here. Again, thank you for having us on. My daughter's here if you want her to jump on, or if you want to do it later, whatever, just let me know.
We're gonna do it later. But as you see,
Cool.
people, this is my guy Tone Roland. Happy he came on to the show, and yo, I appreciate it a lot. You took the time out to do it, my guy. You already know, man. This your
Yes, sir.
boy Dan Gaza from the Dan Gaza Bully Spot. Yo, tune in for the next one. I'm out.
Peace.